Hey guys, we're here for one last time during this Euros competition to talk, of course, about the final between England and Italy. On my right, we've got Danya making the case for
Italy.
Canadian-Italian, no bias there. And the Englishman making the case for
England, who would have thought, huh?
Okay, there we go. Well, let's get straight into this little showdown. I'm going to start with you, Oli, actually.
Right, let's do it, yeah.
First point.
First point is that England are essentially the Italy of this tournament, right? Usually, Italy go into tournaments as the cleverest team, in the whole thing, right? And they know how to game other teams. They know how to, use mind games. They know how to just outsmart everyone else. This time around, that's England, right? England stick to their game plan, whatever happens, and it gets them through. Remember in the group stage, England weren't really scoring goals. We had the 0-0 with Scotland, and everyone was shouting at Southgate, change it up, play more attacking football, all this kind of thing. He ignored everyone, stuck to his game plan, and what's happened is borne fruit, right? England have got better progressively through the knockout stages because they don't panic. They stay calm in a way that we've just never seen from England teams before, basically. The solid defensive setup that we have, not just with the defence itself, but also with the midfield, with Phillips and Rice in the middle there, just lets England control most of the games, keep opponents at arm's length. And this is something that will carry England through the final as well, I'm pretty sure. Italy, obviously, a very talented side, but England know how to deal with just about everyone now. They know that if they play to their strengths, they will ultimately get through it.
Feels like they've got that tournament mentality that you kind of
Exactly.
need for winning a major trophy. But Danya, I'm sure you got to counter that.
Feels like I'm a little bit outnumbered here
What are you talking about?
by the English.
Australia.
Don't
Strain-
be fooled
strain
by
accent.
his Australian
Strain accent.
accent. He
What
is
are you
in
talking about?
fact English. Okay, but first of all, of course, I think this final is going to be played by the two teams that deserve to be there. England has,
For sure.
done very well in this tournament. They deserve to be there like Italy. Now, obviously, I hope Italy wins. I don't think it's going to be that easy, of course. But now, if we've seen anything, we've seen an Italian team that is a little bit of a hybrid, for example, let's say. And I think it is definitely thanks to Mancini and his revolution that he's brought to the team. Now, it's not the typical Catenaccio team, but we can defend, okay? And we've seen that in the last couple games. When times get tough, lock down shop and do historically what the Italians have done so well. But it's not a team that can't attack. And we saw against Spain, they did score a goal against the flow of play because they are lethal and they have players that can possess the ball, that can create chances, and that can be fast and hurt you ultimately when they need to. And I think also Mancini is, humble in a way that they went out against Spain and they did try to execute their game plan, which was, possession and pressing them a little bit high, but they saw, it's not working. So instead of running into a brick wall and trying to do something that's not working, he was able to say, you know what, drop off a little bit. Drop off, let Spain possess the ball, save the energy, change the game plan up, and ultimately it ended up working. So I think that Mancini is not going to be so stubborn to go out and try something. It's not working. He'll change it up. And it doesn't matter. If we have to attack, we'll attack. If we have to defend, we'll defend. It's
So
all
there's
right.
that versatility, I guess. Italy can be
Versatility.
Italy, but they can also be an
England?
attacking Italy. Do England have that other gear? You've said they're very organised, but what about their attack?
Right, the attack is a good thing to get onto, and having another gear is a good way of putting it, And Daniel, you've talked about changing the game plan if necessary. Where England, for me, really have the edge over Italy is not in the first 11. Because, look, Italy, first 11, arguably the best in the tournament, I think. But
England is no joke.
England, when they turn to their bench, I think that's where the options are. That's where the game-changing options are, Think about it like, let's say it's the 65th minute or the 70th minute, and Mancini and Southgate both turn around. They say, okay, who's the guy who's going to come on and win this game for me? Would you rather have Bernardeschi or Sancho? Would you rather have Pessina or Grealish? Would you rather have Belotti or Rashford? In every single case there, I would go with England. And I think that is ultimately where England are going to win this game. I could see, and I don't think anyone would really be surprised if this game goes to extra time. I mean, it happened in both the semis, right? We've got 5 subs each. England will get stronger with those 5 subs, I think. Italy will get weaker. I think Italy need to win this game in 90 minutes and actually probably need to win it in the first 60 minutes. After that grueling semi-final, at the end of a grueling tournament, at the end of a grueling season because of COVID, Italy, I think, need to get this game won early. And if they're not a goal or even maybe a couple of goals up after an hour mark, I think this will be England's to win because of the subs.
I have so
Big
many
shout.
points.
Big shout.
I have so many points now that I want to fire back at you.
Go for it.
But
Come at me.
first of all, okay, England do have strength on their bench, 100%. And you're saying, you know, Bernardeschi, who probably will be the last sub that comes off the bench, if he even comes off the bench. But Pessina, how many goals has he scored? You can chirp him all you want, but how many goals has Rashford scored? Or Sancho, right? So if we have people that come off the bench, doesn't matter if they have a big name or a big club in the Premier League, if they put the ball in the back of the net, I'm happy with it, okay? Pessina can earn his $300,000 a year, and that's fine, you know? I have no problem with that. Now, the thing here is, I totally forgot what I was going to say because there were so many things I wanted to say.
I threw you off.
But we have a lot of players on Italy who have scored more than 2 goals in the tournament. So the goals come from, you know, also the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I don't think the last time that happened was since like Euro 2000 when France did it. And we remember how that ended. But the thing is England also have had a tough season. And they haven't really been super prolific in scoring either. I mean, Harry Kane had a rough start to the tournament. Sterling has been very good. And I think also Sterling's a big key for England. I'm not going to make the point 4. But England have not come up against a team like Italy yet. Italy plays fast. They haven't really had the game taken to them yet. I mean, Scotland tried to play against England and look what happened. I mean, they didn't really, you know, have that good of a game. So I think the speed of play is going to be very important for Italy and really trying to get back to that possession because, like you said, you know, Phillips and Rice, they're very key in the middle. So, you know, not giving them that time and that space to have the ball and trying to have more of the ball for Italy is going to be important. I mean, also the overlapping play, allowing Insigne to come in and getting the wing to go forward. That's going to be important. Now, how well they execute it is going to be a big question. But I mean, it is a final, and anything can happen in a final. I mean,
So we've heard all about Italy's attack, but I kind of want to hear from you, Oli, a bit about how England are going to stop that because they've only conceded 1 goal in the tournament, right?
Absolutely, and that was a direct free kick, right? England still haven't conceded a goal at this tournament from open play. You know, and since Maguire came back into the team, I think it was a little bit shaky with Tyrone Mings back there. No disrespect to him, but Maguire is just this kind of leader at the middle of the defence there, you know, and he's the guy who's got the mentality and he's got the, you know, head made of solid concrete, you know, to just like get everything away. And, you know, a player like Chiesa, for example, running headlong into Harry Maguire, you know, that's going to give him something to think about. And alongside him, John Stones has had a really good tournament. Kyle Walker, by the way, against Denmark, throughout the tournament, but against Denmark, you know, his pace, his fitness, his positioning, you know, when England don't set up quite perfectly, when they do get caught out of it, it's often Kyle Walker who's the man coming to the rescue.
recovering.
And having all these guys there, Luke Shaw also having a great tournament so far, more in attack than defence, but still having a great tournament. Like, England just have this setup where they can keep teams at arm's length for pretty much the whole game. And the other thing I want to talk about is Wembley. Home advantage. England playing in their home stadium, having, I know there's a big Italian community in London. We saw that in the semi-final too. But England are going to have home advantage. They're going to have the home fans behind them. They're going to have all of England watching, waiting for them to end this long, long drought. The long time we've been waiting for a trophy. That mentality, that atmosphere will also help carry England through to victory.
But is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Indeed.
Because
Good point.
you guys, as English people, know how bad you want it, how long you've been waiting, how vicious English fans can be, how much pressure there's going to be on this young England side, who, by the way, has not had to go through the test of character, for example, in this tournament that Italy's had to go through.
I think that's harsh, to be fair.
We've had to go through, yeah, of course you think it's harsh. Raf, I want to recount here.
The disrespect to Denmark.
Okay, Denmark, that was the toughest, you know, they had to go to extra time and really grind it out. I mean, we've seen so many different Italys in this tournament. We've seen the Italy that could be dominant, put 3 goals past you and close off the game and just choke you right out of it. We saw Italy come against an Austria who was organized, physical, really just closed down shot, got the job done there. A strong Belgium side with probably one of the most informed strikers in the world right now. And they had to grind out a game against Spain where they were not, let's face it, they were not the dominant team in that game. They still got the job done. Those things build momentum and they build confidence throughout the tournament. And you have to really evolve as a group there and know how to suffer. I mean, Bonucci said it after the game, you know, in the Italian national anthem, it says, you know, we're ready to die. And that Italian team is ready to throw the kitchen sink at you if they have to in order to get the job done.
I think both teams will be in the same position, pretty fired up to win this match. But
it's lovely to beat England at Wembley in their home stadium.
And I feel the world will be with you as well. People love to hate the English or the England national team.
I get it.
It's part and parcel of football. But I think we've heard enough, at least from both sides of your arguments.
You heard enough before it even started.
Completely neutral. Completely neutral.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, man of the match, Oli, and little prediction.
Oh, wow, what a question. I think the real man of the match could end up being Calvin Phillips, holding the midfield together against this sort of, you know, onrush from Italy. But I wouldn't be surprised if the guy who wins it is the man you've already mentioned, Raheem Sterling. The man again in the semi-final, you know, bringing England back. I know it was an own goal, but he sort of, you know, forced it with his run, bringing England back after going behind, you know, getting us back after that setback. And I think he'll be the key man again in the final.
Easy.
Talking about Chiesa wanting to run into Maguire. How about Sterling running into Chiellini? Anyways, okay.
So is Chiellini the key or is Immobile the key?
Immobile. I hope Immobile is the key. It would be high time for him to put the ball in the back of the net again. I think the key of this game, can I say 2?
Go on.
Because
I said 2.
Okay, good. So Donnarumma on one side. Because he's going to have to come up big.
Top keeper.
Yep, fair.
And also Chiesa, who is a big game player. You know, Coppa Italia and the Champions League, even when Juventus went out, the last couple games, he's a big game player. He's young, he's got, you know, that hunger. He's got the history, you know, his dad, Wembley, scoring, him as well.
Battle of the wingers there.
Yeah, battle of the wingers.
All right, well, huge. I guess we'll see which one comes out on top. I'm, as I said, completely unbiased, completely neutral. Have no...
I can see your England shirt under there.
No horse in this race, so I'm going to keep it like that and not make a prediction. I refuse.
Being on the fence.
Yeah, I won't do it. But what do you guys think? That's who we want to hear from. We want to hear who your man of the match will be, whether it'll go in extra time, who's going to win the actual match. Huge, huge game for us, and we're all looking forward to it. Enjoy the match.
Fair play, guys.
Yeah.
Good
sure,
luck.
Why not?
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.